How is everyone doing? And welcome to the Stat Room. Ladies and gentlemen, I am VonnTheStatman. You can follow me on Twitter at VonnTheStatman. And guys, check out my website, VonnTheStatman.com. Now, you might want to go on my website a few times a week because I might be giving out a few hidden gems that can help you to win your DFS contest each week and also help you dominate your fantasy leagues. So y'all ready? You ready to win your fantasy?
All right, guys, so welcome back to the Stat Room, guys, and thanks for following me on this DFS journey. And as you can see on the screen here, this is the NBA 5 starts for the video. This is the results. Russell did good. Edwards did good. Brown was average. Pulte was average. And Grant was off. All right, guys, so let's get right into this 6-game slate. Made it this far, hit that like button, hit that share button, and subscribe to my channel. All right, guys, so let's get right into this 6-game slate. Now, 6-game slates, guys, this is the time where you can absolutely take a chance on a GPP, even in the unlimited entry GPP, because remember, guys, we play by the numbers. Remember, each team, you can play up to 18 guys. Some teams will go with most teams go with an 8-man rotation. In the regular season, I'm seeing teams go to a 10-man rotation because they're trying to see what players they're going to keep for next year. Some teams are trying to see what the rotation will be like in the playoffs. All right, so I also recommend at all times to play unlimited entry GPPs on 6-game slates or less. But the two main contests, remember, I say this all the time, create your own head-to-head contest and create your own 10-man contest. I've been having a lot of success lately on creating my own 50-man contest. I've been on a roll, guys. I've cashed 7 straight days in these tournaments. All right, guys, so let's get right into it. So today, guys, I'm going to break down the center position. On a 6-game slate, I would get my center first because on a 6-game slate, you can't miss at the center position because you only get one center. Now, your point guard, shooting guard, small forwards, and power forwards, there's a strategy to picking FanDuel. It's a different strategy than picking DraftKings. I have my own strategy, and it's been successful since 2017. I won't really go into my system, but there is a system that you have to have. You can't just randomly pick players. If you randomly pick players, you will probably lose FanDuel. Probably 35% of the time you'll actually cash. So you'll be adding money every 4 days. If you're someone who is constantly adding money every week, drop a like, leave a comment, and be honest. Because when I first started playing FanDuel, guys, I lost 42 straight times. And I just kept losing. And I didn't have any money to play FanDuel. I was playing the 20-man free contest, and I kept being 20 out of 20. And I played the 50-man, I'll be 50 out of 50. And then I realized what I was doing, and that's when I developed my system, and that's when I became the stat man. All right, guys, so let's get right into it. Randall has been hot in his last 3 games. Vucevic has a solid matchup against Charlotte. Sagum is coming off of a 60-point performance. You have Claxton, who gave Embiid all he can handle. Claxton is a bona fide starting center, ladies and gentlemen. And each year, he's going to work on moves. Like, he's starting to drive to the hole. I'm seeing him make layups with his left hand. And he's fearless. Like, he's not a great free throw shooter, but he has no fear in going to the free throw line. He steps up there with confidence. I like him. I think he's going to be a phenomenal star. And once he puts on about 15 pounds, I believe he's going to be one of the more dominant centers in the league. Woods a game time decision. Check back to see if he's going to play. Allen's coming off of a 40-point performance going up against Houston. That's a good matchup because neither one of them shoot the 3-point shot. Plumlee has revitalized his career, guys. He's been balling. He's been a safe center if you want to get 35 fantasy points. Ayton is a game time decision. Check back to see if he's going to play. Mobley is so hot and cold, guys. Like, let's look at Mobley, guys. He is so helter-skelter. He had 30, 49, 31, 43, 29, 27, 37, 36, 32, 39, 19. He's all over the place, but at $7,000 signifies all over the place. So, yeah, he is pretty much all over the place. Pulte is going to the Clippers, and he's going to have a tough matchup because Zubac is very, very strong. P.J. Washington is the power forward listed at center, but he's more of a power forward. Robinson is out. Durant, he's pretty good, guys. Like if you look at Durant numbers, and he wasn't getting a lot of minutes early in the season because they had Stewart. But if you look at this guy, 33, I mean, he did this against Lopez. Guys, Vucevic he's not really a defensive-minded center, but he put 33 up on Vucevic. If you could put 53 up on Lopez, then you're pretty strong. He'll have a good game against Claxton, but they're going to battle. But since neither one of them shoot the three-point shot, I would say it'd be a toss-up, and I would go with Durant because they do the same thing. Zubac is coming off of a stinker. He's coming off of a stinker, and I'm noticing that the way the Clippers play now, Powell is scoring, George is scoring, Leonard is scoring, Batum is scoring. I mean, all of these guys are scoring, but no one is really looking for Zubac. And he always has a mismatch, but they just jacking up shots, so I won't be able to play Zubac. Only way I'm playing Zubac is if George and Leonard are out. If those two guys are out, then you play Zubac. George and Leonard are playing, don't play Zubac. Williams is also someone who his numbers are all over the place. I believe he's a $4,800 player myself. If you look at it, he had 23, 18, 28, 25, 35, 17. I don't see how he's valued at 5'7", in my personal opinion. Still, it's a game-time decision. You look at Al Horford. Al Horford is pretty solid at home. Look at his home numbers. He's not that good on the road, though. But at home, look at his home. He balls out at home. So at home, he'll get you between 28 and 41. So he has one of the best values. And you can also run him at the power forward position. Collins doesn't get as many minutes now that Pulte is back. You know, he's 23, 24, 21, 24. So you really rolling the dice with him. Biyombo is a excellent play tonight if Ayton doesn't play. Sims didn't really get any minutes in the last game. He had 25 minutes. Look, he had 25 minutes in the last game, and he gave you 4 fantasy points. But before that, he had 33 and 28 minutes and still couldn't get you 30 fantasy points. So if a guy plays 30 minutes and can't get me 30 fantasy points, I won't play him. And that's why he's 4.8, because they're saying he's a bit of a toss-up. Londell won't even get on the floor if Ayton is playing. I do like this Williams guy, because this game could be a blowout, and I know he only had 5 minutes in his last game. Now, he might be the best value on the entire slate. Look, he had 16 minutes, 18, 18, and 17. And look at his numbers. He had 16, 39, 23, 28. Look, he 5 minutes, he got 7 fantasy points. So if this game gets out of hand, which it possibly can, because I believe that Chicago is way better than Charlotte, if he gets you 16 minutes, he might get you 25 fantasy points. And Hartenstein, don't like him. Powell is coming off of a big game, the best game of the season for him, so don't expect it. Again, don't chase the points. Love has been off, and if he is going to break out of his slump, it will be today. So this is the day where I could see Love getting 22 to 30 fantasy points. Drummond doesn't get hardly any minutes as well. He's 3 minutes, 5 minutes. You can't gamble with him. And Noel, they don't really have him in the plans either, with Durant playing so good. Richards used to be the backup for Charlotte, and it appears that they're going back and forth. But Richards had missed a few games, but it seemed like they're going back and forth between him and Williams. And then you have Brown, Fernando. All right, guys, so you want to win your fantasy? Start these players.
You want to win your fantasy? You better start point guard Simmons. You want to know why? Well, he's on 35-point watch. And I watched the game last night against Philly. He started attacking the rim. So if this man gets aggressive, he will average 40 fantasy points. So if you want to win your fantasy, start Simmons. You want to win your fantasy? Start shooting guard / small forward Powell. You want to know why? Well, he's on 30-point watch, and he's going to get you 20 actual points. So if you want to win your fantasy, start Powell. You want to win your fantasy? Start small forward Brown. You want to know why? Well, he's on 50-point watch. And he is the second leading scorer on Boston. So he's going to get all the shots he can handle. You want to win your fantasy? Start Brown. You want to win your fantasy? Start small forward / power forward Leonard, a.k.a. The Claw. You want to know why? He's on 55-point watch. And he's still pissed off with how San Antonio did him. And he is back as being one of the best players in the NBA. So if you want to win your fantasy, start Leonard. You want to win your fantasy? Start center Claxton. You want to know why? Well, he's on double watch. And I watched this man give Embiid all he can handle. He's going to wreak havoc on Detroit. So if you want to win your fantasy, start Claxton. My word for today is dating. Now, this video is for my men. But ladies, if you want to learn something, stick around. Men, if you're dating for a purpose, I mean, if you're dating for a wife or a woman you can call your own, never date masculine energy women. Only date feminine energy women. You don't want to date these bad bitches or these boss chicks. Stay away from those kind of women, because those women will only view you as an ATM machine. And when things get rough or they find someone with more money, you'll be cut. So don't even waste your time with those kind of women. Men, on a first date, if you're dating for a purpose, it should never be about money or sex. So don't invite her over your house to Netflix and chill. Do not take her to expensive restaurants on a first date. A first date should involve nothing more than conversation and getting to know one another. So meet at the park, or you meet somewhere, maybe like a tea shop, something that's very inexpensive, because it's all about conversation. No one wants to be used, the man or the woman. So men, if you date these masculine energy women, when you come home, you'll never have peace. And if you never have peace, then you're homeless. Love you guys.